Okay, welcome everyone to a sponsored run from Abo. We're going to be playing a cheap Borka deck. So this deck is very reliant on Borka. We can do Shock Pitbull a lot of the time, and then maybe transition into Borka against tanks. Seems like the biggest problem for this deck. So the challenge is we're going to do 5 games, and then we do 5 games trying to improve the deck. But we have to leave in the Borka and the Pitbull. So we're going to play 5 games, then we're going to try and work out like where are the weaknesses in the deck, how can we improve it. But we do have to keep the Borka and the Pitbull in. Pitbull I would always keep it anyway because I love Pitbull. I'm not going to really cut a Pitbull from a GDI deck. Borka, I wish Borka was not as terrible as it is right now. I think it's a huge problem for Borka. I think it's a huge problem for the game, actually, that Borka is so bad right now. Because, like, I think that is one of the main reasons that Chuggy is so dominant in this metagame. Because Borka should be able to punish Combined Arms decks. That's, like, one of the best units against Combined Arms. Because Combined Arms tends to put 2 units together that are very good in combination, and one of them tends to have Raider. Borka should be able to fly over and destroy this, like, Combined Arms force. But instead what happens is Borka flies along, the enemies run away, and Borka chases them and does no damage. Because it's not fast enough. Like, you can't catch the thing you're trying to bomb, and it doesn't do any damage on the sides. So, that's kind of the problem with Borka right now.
New objective available.
So, of course, we have dogs. We are a dog opening deck. We are going to attempt to play Pitbull Shock as much as possible. And Borka will be the answer to tank most of the time. We also, the guy sponsoring this, Abo, apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. He said to use it like the Inferno deck, so he wants me to try and do like missiles and Borka in the same way that you would do Inferno and Laser. So we are going to try that. I personally think it's going to be tough because what's going to happen is the Borka's going to kill the missiles. That's like a huge problem with Borka missile. It always has been. When you make the Borka and fly it over, what tends to happen is it kills all your missiles and you don't have a missile wall to retreat behind because Borka just annihilates missiles that are underneath it. Maybe that's not true anymore because Borka got nerfed and doesn't have as much side damage now. Maybe it doesn't happen anymore. Maybe because the Borka just doesn't do enough damage to kill the missiles and therefore the missiles live. We'll test it out. Obviously this missile we're just going to win normal GDI way. We're going to just do Pitbulls and shots. But I will be trying out the Borka missile strategy. Unfortunately our opponent is playing Venoms though. That's going to make it harder to make Borka useful. Just like with Inferno Laser, anything that can kill the missiles / lasers without interacting with the bomber is good against bomber deck. So Venom is good against bomber decks because it kills the lasers and does not give you the option to lasers or missiles, kills lasers or missiles, and doesn't. Oh, there's a tank. Okay, so we're gonna go Borka. But yeah, the lasers and missiles die, and then the bomber is not that useful because without the laser missile shield, it just dies to like bite spam. Now, let's see how much damage this Borka is going to do to this Tick Tank. It's actually not bad. It's the side damage of Borka that really got nerfed. So its frontal damage is still fine. I think... Wait, did they change it so it doesn't reload faster? They might have changed it so it doesn't reload faster with Jackson. In which case, Jacksoning it probably wasn't that helpful. It does survive a Phantom Volley, which is upside, just like an... what's the other one called? Just like an Inferno. It does survive Phantom Volley. Alright, so that actually went pretty well. Because the Tick Tank can't move, the Borka is guaranteed to get like max damage on it. So Borka's still pretty good against Tick Tank. It still doesn't kill. It still doesn't kill the Tick Tank in one volley though. You need 2. It was a general nerf. It was. They definitely did Jackson and Oksana make things reload less of a boost. Like the boost doesn't make them reload not as much faster than it used to. I'm not good with word things. What am I trying to say here? They changed it so that when you Jackson boost or Oksana boost a unit with a reload timer, it does not reduce the reload timer by as much as it used to. There we go, nailed it. And that was a good change. I think it was actually primarily targeted at Borka and MLRS. Those were the 2 like main offending units that were reloading too quickly and were like way too strong with Jackson boost. But I think mainly it was Borka because like that was back when Borka was mad popular. That was like the Borka heyday. Alright, we're gonna go double Pitbull here. See what Barrels makes. He's gone straight into missiles. Coward. A cowardly play. It's not great for me though. It's gonna take me a while to get the shots. I need to stall here because I don't beat these missiles for a while. So I need to stall out whilst I wait for the shots. A missile trooper does the same amount of damage as a pit bull. You guys didn't know that? It's 250 per shot. This did not go well. I microed my pit bulls very poorly. And managed to lose them to missile troop. I did get defender's advantage on this shock mirror, so I should win that, but I'll win it by a little bit, because the shock mirror you only win by a little bit anyway. So this shock troop is basically dead. There's a tank. We need the Borka for the tank. Now we need to charge the missile aggressively. It's actually really bad, because we're not going to be able to do that. He's going to get on that pad, and then we're going to be in trouble. We need to block out this tank. We should be able to win with 2 pads here. Yeah, okay, we win this, and then we need to back up. I think we go, because we can't afford Borka yet, we're going to go missiles to start. And we're going to try and do missile Borka this game, since he has tank, which is the main reason I want to do missile Borka. But we'll get a couple of missiles out, and then we'll try and transition into an Orca Bomber. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to Orca Bomber shock troopers, and then use missiles as a front line. I'll tell you what else a problem with this is, I've just realized. Things like dogs, like your Borka will automatically trigger if it goes near an enemy unit. So it's really hard to target a Borka. It's really hard to make a Borka hit exactly what you want it to, because it will automatically bomb by accident on anything that goes near it. Yeah, this is a huge problem with this strategy, actually. Like, I can't make the Borka bomb exactly shock troopers, because it'll bomb whatever. It will just start dropping bombs indiscriminately as soon as there's an enemy unit. That is going to be a massive problem for this deck. Like, you can't do the missile Borka thing, because the whole point is you're meant to target specific units with the bomber. You're meant to target things that kill your missiles. But that's not going to work, because I can't guarantee that it'll shoot. Yeah, I can't guarantee it'll shoot the anti-infantry units, which is what I'm trying to shoot with it. So that's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how to get around that either. That just seems like a flaw in the plan. Okay, I think we're gonna. Oh no! What? No! What the hell, man? I'm sure. I don't know how I did that. I was sure I told my missile to shoot the pit bull that was on the pad, but instead it just wandered off. That was super awkward. I should have won the game there. Just flubbed it. Yeah, I'm not sure how to, because like, look at this. It's like pretty hard to make sure. Basically, I just about killed those shots because they were the front unit. I don't know how to. I don't think you can guarantee that you kill the shots with the Borka because it just bombs. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem for the strategy. I mean, obviously, I can just do shocks, right? I can just do shock frontline. That's fine. I'm just saying that, like, for this specific interaction that I'm trying to achieve, Borka is not gonna be very useful for trying to achieve that specific interaction. Oh, shit, it's gonna start bombing as well. Oh, this guy's just AFK. Oh, look at this AFK blocker! Let's go! Easy claps. Alright, got him. Yeah, this is awkward, man. This is definitely a problem for this plan. You can't do the Borka missiles because the Borka will randomly bomb stuff.
Enemy base destroyed.
Yeah, that's an issue. That's an issue.
Three, two, one. New objective available.
I should probably be opening dogs instead of Harvester. Because I'm opening War Factory, which means I'm potentially weak to rushes.
Unit ready.
In a situation like this where your opponent opens laser, obviously you don't want to engage 1v1. His laser was so fast, I think he did it before Harvester, because it was already on the pad when my dog spawned. Oh, excuse me. For this reason, I put my dogs down here, near the Harvester, because I assumed that he was gonna like maybe push in. By putting them close, defensively like that, it means that he can't really move the lasers in because he knows the second one will spawn and kill him if he does. I'm really surprised to see wheels after a laser opening. Like, if you have wheels in your deck, that's the unit you should make first, for sure. Like, Or I can't actually think of a deck where you would play wheels and wouldn't open wheels. That doesn't make any sense. Like, the main reason to play wheels is that they're one of the best opening units. So, very, like, even with me opening dogs, it's still better for him to open wheels than it is for him to open missiles. But even if you know your opponent is opening dogs, I think it's still correct to open wheels. He just surrenders. Alright, cool. I think Pitbull Shock is going to be what we do the vast majority of the time with this deck. Yeah, I think that's probably true, because you have like use Predators, and then in a tank mirror match you just make Borka to win the tank mirror match. But yeah, that is basically Peter deck.
3, 2, 1. New objective.
Alright, up against Chef.
Online.
I see some Jade. Jade is always a good sign if you're trying to win, because if Jade is Jade is basically useless. Kind of sad about Jade. I do like Jade. I wish it was better. I thoroughly enjoyed when you could just, like, anyone who went double harvester just auto lost to Jade. Those were good times, because you could just win first missile and bomb their base. This dog will just let go. We're going to transition into the shocks here. Is he trying to pop cap me? This guy's a pop capper, isn't he? Man, I wish I'd known that before I made triple dog. That's pretty bad for me. Yeah, this guy is definitely... He's got like a well-known pop capper, actually. I'll tell you what, this is a huge upside of Borka that I had not considered. I can Borka my own one-man dogs and get rid of them, so I can counter pop capping with Orca Bomber. So that feels nice.
Unit ready.
Let's go the dick. Good to know. I'm going to still try and win the missile instead of worrying about my harvester too much. I think the missile is more important. Also, by killing my harvester, it gives me another pop cap. This is something that I think a lot of pop cappers don't understand. If you pop cap someone, they have no money and no pop cap. Oh, sorry, they have no money, but they have lots of money and no pop cap is what I was trying to say. So if you kill their harvester, they're just gonna be able to make units again. So I think actually if you're pop capping someone, going for their harvester is pretty dumb. Remake the harvester now. This is not great for me. I need to kill this. Oh dear, the Borka started bombing. That is very bad for me. It is real unfortunate. Is he going for my base? Sure. Seems reasonable. I think I win the game easily before he kills my base. Like, this isn't close, right? Like, I obviously fire this missile long before he kills my base with a flame tank. Okay, well that guy was terrible. I'll tell you what, actually, if he had not killed my harvester, and instead had pop-capped me and then won the first missile, I might have lost that game to flame tank. But because he instead killed my harvester and sacrificed the missile and then pop-capped me, he just lost.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Another Jade player.
Harvester ready.
Kind of sounds like you just hate the design of Borka, Noid Hex. No durable. There's armor types. There's vehicle, infantry, and air, and that's it. There's no, like, this unit does more to Inferno than it does to Talon. Tank? Okay, so against tank we have to go... Actually, I think, much like the Inferno decks, the bomber decks are very weak to buggy tank. Buggy tank absolutely hammers the bomber deck's first missile. Because your only answer to tank is missiles in the early game. And that doesn't work. Because they have a tank. Or buggy, sorry. You can only beat tank with missile, and that loses to buggy, is what I was trying to say. So you need to wait until you have a bomber, and usually the bombers, you just can't really make a bomber first missile, it's just like not realistic. So you pretty much always lose first missile to tank buggy with bomber decks. And then if they push your harvester, you just lose the game. Because if they get to your harvester by taking control in the early game, you just lose. Because bomber is your only out to tank, really. So normally what I would do with an Inferno is I would bomb the buggies and I would use missiles to kill the tanks. But as we talked about before, it's really hard to do that with Borka because it's really hard to target individual units. So I don't know if that's going to work. This might just be a very bad matchup because of that. Oh, and he has Venom as well? Okay, this looks like a really bad matchup. We do have to bomb, we have to bomb the tanks. Because we have no out tank apart from bombers. But we have to, oh geez, we've got, this guy's deck is like designed to beat me. This guy's deck is just like straight up every single unit you could possibly want to beat what I'm playing. Yeah, he has heavy infantry as well. And he has heavy infantry that beats Shock Trooper. Yeah, this guy's deck is like actually designed to beat my deck. This guy's deck is insane versus me. Alright, we've got a missile with Pitbulls basically. Just use Pitbull. We probably want to Borka the Chems if we can. We killed the Phantom as well. Because he committed the Phantom in that fight. Which I think was a misplay. Tank and Chem we have no out to except for the Borka really. It just doesn't kill them. We know he's going to make another Phantom as well. Yep. And if that kills my Borka we're in a lot of trouble.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
I think we're dead.
Unit ready. Unit
I think
lost.
we are
Unit
dead.
ready.
We're going to have to try and transition into an entirely ground-based game plan and hope that we don't lose to a Scorpion tank. If we make enough... Okay.
Missile incoming.
Rising.
Unit lost.
One Shock Trooper down, I guess. Am I dead to this? This might actually beat me, losing that one Shock Trooper. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, we have to play an entirely ground-based game plan here, and we need to not lose to a tank, basically. That's where we're at. If he makes a tank, we might die. If he doesn't get a tank in time, we're going to win. It looks like he can't get a tank in time, so I think we're going to win. Oh shit, no, there's a tank. I'm going to try and block it with the shots. No, I'm in trouble here. I'm in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Unit lost.
Ah, go missiles! Oh, okay, thank god the missiles go on there.
Unit lost.
He should be running out of money here, like he should be pretty broke pretty soon. I think we're gonna get it, it's gonna be close. Woo, let's go, let's go. That was a rough matchup. That guy had everything to beat me. Like his deck was so good against mine.
Enemy base destroyed.
Such a feel bad. So is in fact, should we just stick with the original deck? I actually think this is better. I think this is better than Hammerhead because you just want something to harass Infernos. The original suggestion was get rid of Pitbull. Yeah, if you could swap out the Pitbull, then you can do this, and you can play Peter style deck, which is you make dogs, then you make a bunch of predators. You make one Shock Trooper, like 3 predators, and if your opponent makes a bunch of predators, you Borka them. But you can't cut the Pitbull. You could just do this with the Pitbull, but we've already been talking about that, and that's basically just 5 cards. I think just Talon for Hammerhead. Keep the core of the deck the same. Play the same strategy, but just I think Talon is just slightly better than Hammerhead because it's a cheaper way to harass. Talon is a cheaper way to harass Infernos, and it also is pretty good against Phantom. Okay, so the change we have made is we have replaced the Hammerhead with a Talon, with the thinking that the Hammerhead, I don't think I can ever afford a Hammerhead, and I just want a cheap unit. I just want a cheap unit that can harass Talons. We're up against Oaken, who plays MG. This map is obviously insane for MG, so I'm a little worried. I don't know how good Borka is against him. I actually don't. I can't remember exactly what Oaken's deck is. Like, is Borka good or is it terrible? I know that shocks are good. It takes him a while to answer shocks, or is that his nod deck? That might be his nod deck. No, I'm thinking of the nod deck. He has Sling, has been called. Okay, well. Sling is a unit that Borka should actually be really good against because it has to stay stationary to fight. But I think since the nerf, it's just not that good. I think, like, Borka just doesn't really beat Sling since it got nerfed. I'm gonna just chill. I think I just want to save up for a Borka because he also has MG, which Borka's good against. Maybe. Oh, here comes 2 MGs. Yeah, it's classic Oaken. I just want to save up and try and get a Borka.
Unit ready. Unit
Man, I hate
lost.
MG so much. Actually despise that unit.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
Alright, let's see how the Borka does. Talons are actually doing a pretty good job here. Here comes the Sling.
Unit lost.
Yeah, it's just not... Oh my god, it's just terrible. The Sling cost 60 as well, and the Borka cost 110. And it just got absolutely crushed. Like, it wasn't even close. That is embarrassing, man. That's actually just embarrassing. Borka got over nerfed. Like, Borka got massively over nerfed. It definitely shouldn't be that bad against. Like, Slingshot is the kind of unit that Borka should actually be good against. Because it is a unit that should have to... It has to stay stationary to do anything. So, that is, like, MG Sling is something Borka should beat. That's a great example of something that Borka should be good against. But it's actually terrible. Yeah, it's actually terrible. It doesn't even come close to beating a Slingshot. Just way worse than an Inferno would be. Okay, well, that's sad to learn. I should be able to kill the Sling here and then maybe kill the MG with the Talon. I don't think I can ever beat these MGs. Maybe I can just win before another MG gets set up properly. I don't know. I don't think so. It's looking pretty rough.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Maybe we just win here? I think we just win here, but like,
Launched.
yeah. Borka was very embarrassing. Borka was very embarrassing in that
Mission
matchup.
accomplished.
I have to say that after one switch, the Talon for the Hammerhead was, we played one game and it was way better.
Online.
I would have lost that game if I'd had Hammerhead instead of Talon.
Unit ready.
What I said, Jeffrey, is that sometimes you lose to Inferno with Slingshot, and that is something that upsets me with Slingshot. If you rewatch the game from his view, he feels cornered. Sure. But that's because he's playing an MG deck. Like, any time you're playing a Fortressy style deck, if you ever get set up, you immediately win the game. Like, just instantly, the game is over. So if he's not cornered at any point, the game is immediately over in his favor. So yeah, maybe he did feel cornered, because if he had not felt cornered, he would have immediately won the game. Like, there's no point at which he can not feel cornered and not be immediately winning the game.
Nuclear weapon launched.
He had two MGs set up, but they weren't well positioned. They were not where you want them. They were pretty badly positioned, which is why I was able to kill them.
Unit lost.
Shots from Coinbird. I think I will lose that fight, because even though I was on defense, my guys were too injured. But my shops are going to lose this mirror match. I'm going to lose that mirror match as well, that's annoying.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit lost.
I'll bring this one in and then that will actually win. I need to do missiles because I'm broke. Can never ever get to the Borka here. Way too low money for the Borka.
Unit lost.
I don't know how I'm so broke. I don't feel like I've been getting bad exchanges particularly, but I'm just way lower on cash, it feels like. I think the fights have been going fine, I'm just kind of just straight up losing for some reason.
Unit lost.
The fact that he went missiles here is probably a sign of weakness, that's probably a good thing. You usually don't make missiles, you only make missiles as missiles are a catch-up mechanic, you make them when you're behind. So if he's making missiles, he might be feeling the pressure, he might be low on money. Which means I might be in a lot of, I might be really favored here, I might actually just be about to win. Yeah, the fact that he made missiles means he must have run out of cash. Oh, let's go, insane. Didn't actually make our air tower, literally just Pitbull shot that entire game.
Battlefield control.
Alright, so we're up against Oaken again. Oaken, he doesn't have an answer to Shock Troopers until Inferno normally. But he is playing artillery. So it's a little scary. Is he going to go blind double half? No, he didn't go blind double half. What's this? Is a laser? A laser, alright. I'm sending it towards my harvester.
Unit ready.
Sure. Why not?
Harvester here.
Building online.
Spikes as well. Interesting. Just gonna like super aggro my half.
Unit lost.
It's not a terrible play when you have artillery, because if you get the artillery out, you just win.
Unit ready.
It's like he's just gonna ultra aggro. He doesn't really have an answer to shocks until thingy, until Inferno. Yeah, he is. He's just gonna pile drive my harvester with everything, and just abandon the missile completely to try and get my harvester. Normally I wouldn't care, but I know he has artillery, and I know that he has Infernos, so actually a harvester kill would be pretty bad for me.
Harvester here. Harvester reporting.
So I feel like I do have to defend it,
Unit ready.
which sucks, because I hate having to defend my harvester. Oh, no, I lost it anyway. That's pretty bad.
Our base is under attack.
If he just powers out an artillery here, we are in super dead.
Unit lost.
I might try and win without a harvester. I don't know if I have enough time, but maybe.
Unit lost. Harvester
No, I
ready.
don't. I have to make a harvester. Do I? Maybe I didn't need to make a harvester. It looks like I might just win here.
Unit enhanced. Unit lost.
Oh no, I misclicked. Oh, I misclicked off the pad and now I'm gonna lose. God damn it.
Unit
That's super annoying, actually.
Unit
Ah!
lost.
Move, Talon, move! Okay, I messed that one up super hard. We should have won this game, but I messed it up. Oh, he moved off the pad as well. Interesting.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
I'm still gonna lose the missile. I messed this one up. I should have just had the win there. I cocked it up. That's really annoying, actually, because now we're in bad shape.
Launched.
Yeah, because I know he has artillery as well. If he gets the artillery out, we're super dead.
Unit ready.
I should have won this game though. I just misplayed. Like this was definitely a win.
Oh, you weren't on the pad! You dumb cunt!
Wow.
Oh my god!
Yo, careful with the blurps, man. I don't want to have to like remove blurps during video. But like, that one's pretty aggressive. Yeah, we're dead. We can't beat the artillery. That sucks. Artillery should not be able to shoot next to itself. It's really dumb that it does that. Maybe I can kill his artillery with my Orca Bomber, but it doesn't look like it.
Unit enhanced.
No, I messed this one up. That should have been a win. That should have been a win. I also just didn't get on this pad. I played that game horribly. I should have won that game easily.
Mission failed.
That's just a Nod versus better than GDI game. Yeah, that last game was a classic example of Nod just being way better than GDI. But also I misplayed, right? Like I should have won. I should have won anyway. I just cocked up the pad management. If I had not done that, I would have won comfortably. In France, it's 1 AM. No, it isn't. There's no way it's 1 AM in France, because I live in the UK and it's 10 PM. France is not +3.
Building online. Unit ready.
Shockwave. Just. Where's the action? Shockwave. Let's crank it. Shockwave ready.
22:45. That's not 1 AM, my dude. That's that's not even 11 PM. Yeah. Kind of salty about that last game, I'll be honest. Should definitely have won that. It also like it annoys me when people just
Unit lost.
completely abandon the game to attack your harvester because they have an expensive unit they want to make. I don't know why that annoys me so much. It just feels like it should be a terrible play, but sometimes it's not. It's ultra harvester aggression 24/7. Classic Rivals gameplay.
Unit ready. Nuclear missile launched.
Shockwave. Shockwave.
I think I could have won even after I messed up the second missile, because I think if I played the Borkas right and just put it on the pad, I probably would have won as well, because the artillery doesn't do anything against it. I think I just like messed up that game twice, basically. Anyway, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. We'll play this deck and see how this game and see how it goes. I think the Talon has been like vastly better than the Hammerhead so far. Like it gave me a way to kill Oaken's Infernos that wasn't insanely expensive. I can use it here to kill these Orcas and fight infantry. It's good against it's a good answer for like MG. I think it's just been oh shit, that's not good. I think it's just been a lot better than the Hammerhead would have been. Alright, well we messed that up as well. I should really pay more attention to these games. Still like thinking about the Oaken game.
Nice iron cannon, bro.
I just don't really see a reason to make a Borka. Like you can't really Borka Pitbulls to death. So there's just like no reason to make an Orca Bomber in this spot. If they were bikes you could make it, but they're not. They're Pitbulls. So
Hey, Cranky, you're up.
where are you going, Missile Troopers? Oh, is that an APC? That's kind of scary. I guess I could Borka that. I don't know if Borka's even good against APC. Let's find out.
Unit enhanced.
I feel like a full Borka volley kills APC and missiles, or should. Nope, doesn't even kill the missiles anymore. Okay, well, that's really disappointing. Borka's not so good.
Activated. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Why is my Borka bombing off as the Harvester? Wow,
Unit lost.
that is super sad, man.
Unit ready.
That is super sad that the Borka started bombing there.
Unit
Well, I'm gonna lose again.
harvester ready.
Wow, I am not playing well today.
Unit
Man, I really cocked this one up as well. That is just 2 gigantic throws in a row.
Our base has been destroyed.
Borka was super bad in that game. Like, just super bad. Alright, Oaken again. Great.
1. New objective.
That's funny, B-shit.
Building
Apparently we're just gonna
online.
play Oaken over and over.
Unit
So we know he's gonna just go like super hard on my Harvester because he has to get his Infernos out to win. I would have won that last game, or the last Nod one, if I hadn't messed up. So maybe this time I won't mess up and we'll win. Maybe that's the dream. We know we need to go Shock quickly because he's very bad against Shocks. He has to make Inferno to fight Shocks.
Unit ready.
Here come the bikes to attempt to attack my Harvester.
Just point, Cranky.
Yeah, here comes the everything at the Harvester plant.
Sorry, Shockwave. Harvester reporting. Shockwave kicking it.
Unit ready.
Classic Oaken. Oaken good play.
Shockwave itches. Shockwave ready. Where's the... Just point before...
Unit enhanced.
I mean, I'm obviously going to lose my Harvester. It's like, it's pretty difficult not to lose your Harvester if your opponent literally dedicates their entire army to fighting your Harvester.
Missile launched.
If you want to, like, get the missile at the same time, then you'll probably lose your Harvester to every single unit they make attacking it. There's the Inferno, that's not good for me.
Warning. Our base is under attack.
Alright, so we're going to go Talon. That's why Talon's in the deck, to give us a cheaper answer to Infernos.
Where's the atlas?
Unit lost. Unit
And then
lost.
I need something that cleans... Normally, in the old days, you could just Borka here. And the Borka would just slam their bikes, and you'd be like, lol, nice bikes. And that's why Borka decks were good. These days that doesn't work, because Borka isn't good, so you can't just make the Borka. Like, Borka doesn't just win anymore. I'm gonna boost this, because I might be able to catch the Inferno. It would be super good. I think one hit might kill it before it bombs.
Missile cancelled.
Ah, it bombed. God damn it, man.
Warhead launched. Unit
Oh, super annoying. We were so close. So close to just winning there. And obviously, the longer the game goes on, the much worse it gets. And it's really hard to beat Nod with GDI. I don't know if you guys know this, but bikes are really good. And nothing GDI has, except Predator Tank, really beats bike spam.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Bike spam kind of beats the entire GDI arsenal.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Oh, and he got the Pitbull as well.
Unit
Why does the game hate me, chat? Like, why does the game absolutely despise me? All I do is try to love the game and teach it and, you know, like, make content for the game, be its friend. And what does the game do in response? It just fucks me. It just fucks me over and over. That's all the game ever does.
ready. Unit
I
lost.
just want to be friends with the game, and what does the game want? The game just wants to fuck me.
Unit ready. Missile cancelled.
I can't win. I can't beat the Infernos, man.
Unit lost.
Bad.
Unit ready.
Super sad.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit enhanced. Unit ready. Unit lost. Nuclear warhead launched.
What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? GDI can't beat Nod. If you don't have, like, tanks to beat bikes, you just can't beat Nod.
Destroyed.
Alright, so there you go, guys. There's some Borka action. I did much worse with the Talon. I think the Talon is better, but I did much worse with it. Maybe because I made Talon, whereas when I didn't have the Talon, I just made Shocks and Pitbull, and that was way better. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Like, I just... It's so hard to win with this Orca Bomber. This unit is terrible now. Absolutely terrible. I'm sad about that. I kind of liked using Borka, but it is just unplayable now, I'm sorry to say. I just could never recommend anyone play a Borka deck. I think the Borka deck is just awful, and you should never play Borka. Which is sad, but that is the case. Yeah, I don't really know how to make the deck better. One of the more popular Borka decks is like this. It's like a Peter Borka deck. It's called Peter deck because that's the deck Peter plays. He plays it with Liang, and basically you just play Pred Shock to win the ground. You have Sling to defend against air, and if your opponent makes more tanks than you Orca Bomber them. But the Orca Bomber is like a massive splash in the deck. It's not a main unit. I hope you guys enjoyed that anyway. I did not. I lost to Oaken a bunch of times, which is always sad. I think my win rate against Oaken is like probably 80% plus, but it's really tough. It's really tough to win this deck against him because I just couldn't beat Infernos, man. Couldn't beat Inferno, couldn't beat MG, couldn't beat anything. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you next time for the Nod Abu deck.